Hi, today I'm going to show you a comprehensive step-by-step tutorial on build real-time CRUD web app quickly using min stack with the letters Angular 9. Real-time CRUD web app is the create, read, update, and delete operations in real-time response. Every change or new data that created will automatically read by the client without reloading or refresh the browser or reinitiate components in Angular 9. This time, we will build a data entry for item cells which responds as a real-time list and pie chart. This tutorial divided into several steps. Step number 1. New node Express.js app using Express generator. Step number 2. Install Mongoose.js and Socket.io. Step number 3. Add Mongoose models or schemas. Step number 4. Add Express and Socket.io real-time router. Step number 5. Create a new Angular 9 app. Step number 6. Add Angular 9 routing and navigation. Step number 7. Add Angular 9 service. Step number 8. Show real-time Angular material list and pie chart. Step number 9. Show details using Angular material. Step number 10. Create data using Angular material reactive forms. Step number 11. Edit data using Angular material reactive forms. Step number 12. Run and test a complete min stack Angular 9 app. As you see in the step list, we will use Socket.io for real-time operations in both server and client. Also, using ng2charts and charts.js to display a pie chart on the list page. The following tools, frameworks, modules, and libraries are required for this tutorial: Node.js, MongoDB, Angular 9, Angular CLI, Express.js, Mongoose.js, Socket.io, ng2charts, chart.js, terminal or command line, and IDE or text editor. We are using VS Code. Before the move to the main steps of this tutorial, make sure that you have installed Node.js and MongoDB on your machine. You can check the Node.js version after installing it from the terminal or Node command line. Step number 1. New Node Express.js app using Express generator. Express is a minimal and flexible Node.js web application framework that provides a robust set of features for web and mobile applications. To create the Express.js app, we will be using the Express generator. Type this command to install it. Next, create an Express.js app by typing this command. Go to the newly created sales report folder, then install all npm modules. Open this Express.js application using your IDE or text editor. To using VS Code, just type this command. Now, we have this Express.js app structure for the sales report app. To check and sanitize the Express.js app, run this app for the first time. Then you will see this page when open the browser and go to the localhost 3000. To make this Express.js server accessible from the different ports or domains, enable the course by adding this module. Next, open and edit app.js. Then add this line of course required. Then add this line before other app use. Step number 2. install Mongoose.js and Socket.io. We will use Mongoose as the ODM for MongoDB. For real-time event emitter, we are using Socket.io. To install those required modules, type this command. Next, open and edit app.js, then declare the Mongoose module. Create the connections to the MongoDB server using these lines of code. Now, if you rerun again Express.js server after running MongoDB server or daemon, you will see these information in the console. That means the connections to the MongoDB is successful. Step number 3. Add Mongoose models or schemas. We will use MongoDB collections for sales report. For that, we need to create a new Mongoose models or schemas for it. First, create a new folder inside the root of the project folder that holds the Mongoose models or schemas files, then add this model file. Open and edit models sales.js, then add these lines of Mongoose schemas. Step number 4. Add Express and Socket.io real-time router. We call this Express router as the real-time router because every new data posted, the Socket.io will emit that new data to the clients and the clients will get this list of data. First, create a new file inside the routes folder. Open and edit routes sales.js, then add these imports. Add the server ports for Socket.io to listen to requests from the clients. Add these implementations of the Socket.io in the Express router. Add the router to get a list of data from MongoDB collection. Add the router to get the sales reports data from MongoDB collections. Add other routers of CRUD operational. Run again the MongoDB and Express server, then open the new terminal tab or command lines to test the RESTful API using the curl command. To check to get the list of data types, this curl command. Next, back to app.js, then register or import the new created router. Then add the endpoints to the app use. Run again the MongoDB and Express server, then open the new terminal tabs or commands line to test the RESTful API using the curl to get the list of data types, this curl command. Now let's post the data to the REST API using this command. Step number 5. Create a new Angular 9 app. We will use Angular 9 CLI to install the Angular 9 app. Just type this command to install or update the Angular 9 CLI. Still in this project folder, create a new Angular 9 app by running this command. If you get the questions like below, choose yes and SCSS or whatever you like to choose. Next, go to the newly created Angular 9 project folder. Type this command to run the Angular 9 app for the first time. Using the --open parameter will automatically open this Angular 9 app in the default browser. Now the Angular initial app looks like this. Step number 6. Add Angular 9 routing and navigation. In the previous step, we have added Angular routing for this app. Next, we just add the required Angular components for this sales report app. Just type these commands to generate them. We don't need to add or register those components to the app module.ts because it already added automatically. Next, open and edit client src app routing module.ts. Then add these imports. Add these arrays to the existing routes constant that contain routes for above added components. Open and edit src app component HTML and you will see the existing router outlet. Next, modify this HTML page to fit the CRUD page. Open and edit src app component SCSS, then replace all SCSS codes with this. Step number 7. Add Angular 9 service. We use Angular 9 service to access the Node Express REST API for all CRUD operations. The response from the REST API emitted by observable that can subscribe and read from the components. Before creating a service for REST API access, first we have to install or register HTTP client module. Open and edit this RC app module.ts. Then add these imports of forms module, reactive forms modules of Angular forms, and HTTP client module of Angular common HTTP. Add it to ng module imports after browser module. We will use the type specifier to get the type results object. For that, create a new TypeScript file, src app, sales.ts. Then add these lines of TypeScript code. And create a new TypeScript file, src app, chart.ts. Then add these lines of TypeScript codes. Next, generate an Angular 9 service by typing these commands. Next, open and edit src app pi service yes. Then add these imports. Add these constants before the injectable. Inject the HTTP client module to the constructor. Add the error handler functions that returns as an observable. Add the functions for all CRUD create, read, update, delete, REST API call of sales and statistic of sales and chart data. You can find more examples of Angular 9 observable and RxJS here. Step number 8. Show real-time Angular material list and pie chart. We will show a real-time Angular material list on one page with the pie chart. For that, we need to prepare Angular material, ng2charts, and chart.js. Type this Angular schematics command to install Angular material at Angular/material in the clients folder. If there are questions like this, just use the default and yes answer. We will register or require Angular material components or modules to src app module.ts. Open and edit that file, then add these imports of the required Angular material components. Register the above modules to ng module imports. Next, install ng2charts, ng2-charts, charts.js, and types socket.io clients by type this command. Next, back to src app module.ts, then add these imports of ng2charts. Add this module to the ng module imports. To make socket.io clients working with Angular 9 and TypeScript, open and edit client src polyfills ts. Then add these lines at the bottom of the file. Next, open and edit src app cells components ts. Then add this import. Declare the socket.io variable that listens to the port 4000. Declare chart data that holds the array of chart data from the REST API response. Declare the required pie charts elements as the variables. Declare the required variables to build an Angular material table. Inject the Angular API service to the constructor. Add the functions to get sales data from the REST API. Add the functions to get chart data from the REST API, then implements it to the ng2charts or chart.js pie chart. Call those functions inside Angular 9's ng-on-init functions, including the socket.io listener that listens the data change and the reload the sales and the chart data. Next, open and edit src app sales components HTML, then replace all HTML tags with this. As you see, we put the ng2charts, chart.js pie chart at the top of the sales table. Next, open and edit src app sales component as CSS, then add this as CSS codes. Step number 9. Show real-time details using Angular material. We will show real-time data details using Angular material and socket.io. This component listens the socket.io for any data change, then reloads the data. Also, we will add a button to the delete data that emits the update status to the socket.io after successfully delete. Next, open and edit src app sales details component yes. Then add these lines of imports. Inject the above modules to the constructor. Declare the variables before the constructor for hold sales data that gets from the API and socket.io variable that listen to the port 4000. Add the functions for getting sales data from the API. Call that functions when the component is initiated. Also add the socket.io listener to listen to the data changes. Add these functions to delete the cells and then emits a message to the socket.io. For the view, open and edit is RC app, sales details components HTML, then replace all HTML tags with this. Finally, open and edit is RC app, sales details component CSS, then add these lines of CSS codes. Step number 10. Create data using Angular material reactive forms. To add new sales data, we will use an Angular Material 9 reactive forms after data post to the REST API successfully, then it emits a message to the socket.io. Open and edit is RC app add sales component TS, then add these imports. Create a new class before the main class components that implementing Angular error state mature. Inject the imported modules to the constructor of the main class. Declare variables for socket.io and the form groups and all of the required fields inside the form before the constructor. Add initial validations for each field inside ngOnInit function. Create the functions for submitting or post sales form and emit a message to socket.io after successfully submit data. Next, open and edit is RC app, add sales component HTML, then replace all HTML tags with this. Finally, open and edit is RC app, add sales components as CSS, then add this as CSS codes. Step number 11. Edit data using Angular Material reactive forms. We already put an edit button, sales details components for the call edit page. Now, open and edit as RC app, edit sales component CS, then add these imports. Create a new class before the main class components. Inject the imported modules to the constructor of the main class. Declare the socket.io and form group variable and all of the required variables for the sales form before the constructor. Next, add validation for all fields when the component is initiated. Create the functions for getting sales data by the ID that will fill to each form field. Create the functions to update the sales change, then emit the change message to the socket.io. Add the functions for handling the show sales details button. Next, open and edit is RC app, edit sales components HTML, then replace all HTML tags with this. Finally, open and edit is RC app, edit sales component CSS, then add these lines of CSS codes. Step number 12. Run and test a complete min-stack Angular 9 app. Now it's time to run the min-stack Angular 9 app together. First, run the MongoDB server in another terminal tab. In other terminal tab, Run the Node Express.js server. We already imported the initial data for the MongoDB sales report. Then run the Angular 9 app on the Other Terminal tab or in Visual Studio Code terminal. That's it, the main stack Angular 9 built real-time CRUD web app quickly. You can get the article and full source code link in the description below. If you think this tutorial is useful, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.